Hi everyone, welcome to the Litpen Vlog episode number 2. My name is Jesus.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Michelle.
Yeah, cool. And today we're going to talk about problem solving. And since this is a vlog about creativity and Litpen combined, we're going to discuss some questions.
I try too hard to think of like what would be a great concept or a great idea to execute or something, and that stops me from going and making something. Because if it's not going to be cool, what's the point of making it? So I'm trying to get past like what my preconceptions are of what's good and what I feel like other people's preconceptions are, in order to just make work,
Right.
to do work. So that's my big problem.
Wow, that's interesting. Because I want everything to be like, oh, let's make it poppy and snap, like we were talking about this week with talk about the build feature, right? So I wanted to be like, oh, make it snappy and build it and make it like animated and cool, like because everyone's into that, all the flashy stuff. And at the same time, like I like sitting down and watching something to get inspired from it. But I guess for me, I have never experienced some kind of writer's block or creativity block personally, but I'm not like an experienced writer or professional writer either. So maybe once I start doing more of it throughout my life, I'll get to that point. But I've never really had trouble, even if I don't see anything, or if I'm trying to be cool. I feel like I can just come up with ideas. They're not the best ideas, but I don't know.
I think that's also a difference in personality. Like with you, you're more. I'm not to say anything bad about you or myself, but I feel like you're more sure of yourself. And that your confidence can also contribute to how your ideas flow. Like for me, I'm very much a perfectionist, and I'm horribly critical of myself all the way through each step of the process, and so I'm fighting that all the time. Sometimes what works for me is to say, okay, first I need to decide what the functions are. So make sure that the concept itself is streamlined first before you start trying to make it look cool and add bells and whistles to it and everything. Because if you put glitter on a poop, it's still a poop.
But it's dazzling too.
I know. So that's what my professor always taught me. Like, polish a turd, it's still a turd.
You want to do a shout out to your professor? You can say no.
No.
Okay.
Sometimes I have to streamline. Other times it's just, even if you think it's bad, get something on paper, get something down.
That's good.
And that gives you a base.
Yeah.
To then say, oh, well, maybe you surprise yourself, maybe it's not that bad, and then you can just say, oh, okay, and that feeling of, hey, this isn't so bad, inspires you to keep going and pushes you to also be less critical of what you put out.
Yeah, as a software engineer, I'll start getting overwhelmed with all the different solutions in my head, and then code's not working and it's not building correctly. So what I'll have to do is start at like a base set of functionality. Say like, this works. Like the basic statement you can get in programming would be like a print statement. This print statement works. Like I can see output from this area of code. And then you just build on top of it, like see what works and just build incrementally. So that's a good way. I totally agree with you on that.
I have to show what I did to somebody and then get approval, because I'm like, I'm very much a people pleaser, so like I need to know like, okay, I'm not just like crazy and thinking this is awesome. So I need to like, I don't know, expose it to other people, and then when they say, oh, that's good or that's funny or whatever, then I'm like, now I can rest. Because I'm like you, like I get really insecure about like what I'm doing, but it's usually like, to me it's cool, but I don't know how other people are gonna take it, and I want other people to like it, and so I end up trying to, I don't know, I just try to make it like I think other people would like it, which kind of doesn't do good for me, like myself, because I want to make something.
That
I've
you
always
like.
I've always heard like if you're gonna make other people laugh, write what makes you laugh, and then that's gonna make other people laugh. And if you're trying to please other people, then it's gonna be like watered down or generalized because you're trying to like please everybody in the process. So just like for me, sticking with what I know is funny or what makes me cry or something, if I show that to somebody and then they have the same experience or a similar experience, or maybe even just different, but they still like it and they got something different out of it, it makes me feel good because I know that I stuck with what I believed in or what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I agree. I feel like, especially with the way the internet has exploded from a media perspective and how you can add content, you know, like, it's amazing how easy it is to be able to get that feedback. Yeah, whether it's like a Reddit post and then you get upvoted, or whether it's like someone like favorites your tweet or something like that. So it's really cool to see that, and I agree. Like, I love to be able to see, like, if I write something, I can just post it and see what people tell me. Or if I try to tell a joke, like I tried to tell you like some jokes this morning, and she's like, it's okay. So I definitely understand that. I guess one thing that's interesting, another sidetrack, is like, how can you, or should you, be in an environment that's safe when you get those kind of critiques? Because the internet, as we all know, can be like very vicious. There you go. Yeah, very vicious. So how's that for you guys?
I am a lurker. Like, I know.
Wait, that's like a forum status thing. Like, you just kind of like view posts all the time?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. Especially because I've been going through Reddit a lot lately. I will read posts. I will upvote posts or downvote posts, but
you won't put a post.
Sometimes I will post, but it has to like be very stringently gone through. Like, I hate it.
Are you one of those posters that like takes like 5-10 minutes to post one thing and like check to make sure like, okay, what I'm posting, it's okay for this community, and like I won't get flamed for it, and it doesn't like it should be politically correct for like most of the stuff, because I do that sometimes.
Sometimes I do that. It's more, but it takes me a long time because it's jeez, why is this like the insecurity episode? But yes, for me, sometimes I have to be I don't want to piss anybody off, but at the same time, I still want to strive to be authentic in what I post.
Yeah.
So most of the time, what I end up posting on is something that's asking for like an emotional response, because I do well with that.
It's okay. It's okay to be open and to be vulnerable. Lean on me when you're not strong. Hey, all right, whatever. That was the feedback, I guess, right? Like, no. So going back to the whole people pleasing thing, which you talked about was just do it. Pretty much like
just
the Nike, right? Just do it. Which I heard might be based off like some like death row inmates' last words, actually.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, it's like, let's do it. He said like, let's do it, and he got killed. And then apparently like Nike might have taken inspiration from that, like, just do it. I read this random article online.
So excited. Let's
The other dude, yeah. Well, I don't know if he was excited, but
the way you said it was like he's so
let's do
excited.
it. My projects will turn out not bad or good, but I think like okay, and meaning in the way that they're received, because I kind of did the people pleasing general audience kind of, you know. I didn't really give them what's inside my head. I don't know if people really want to know what's inside my head though. So
Will you be arrested?
I don't know.
I'll think about something. I'll be having a lot of trouble with it, and then that's when I know I need to take a break. So I'll walk away from it and come back. And so it's another great thing with Litpen is that you can have all of your information stored in one of the Litpen maps, and it's all saved right there for you. It all auto saves, so you could go away for maybe a few hours, maybe a couple of days, come back to it and then see what you had, and then maybe you've had a spark while you were gone, or you read back over your idea and you're saying, oh, okay, yes, okay, this was actually pretty good. Maybe I can keep going with this, or maybe I can pare down this part.
Yeah, kind of like I need to see what I have already in my head, so if I see it in a map form, it helps me to like bounce off of those ideas and expand and to create more ideas. Because I feel like I can sometimes it can get muddled, I guess, in my head. I can't see all of them, so I can't figure out where they can branch off into. And so if I can see it in a map, then I can figure out different ways to just expand and grow the idea and make it into something bigger if I know everything that I have already.
Yeah, and you see the patterns and colors, and it's kind of nice. With Litpen, for me, the best way I've learned to use it was just like, you add a little bit here, you add a little bit there, and it kind of just builds into this map of ideas. Someone told me like it's like a treasure map kind of thing, and it's like you don't have to do everything at once, especially if you're busy and you're working full time or you have other responsibilities. You can just kind of like, oh, I have an idea for a new character in the story. Okay, I'll put down a small little tiny bit and then come back to it. And with the visualization of it, you can see the patterns and how everything links up and the colors. So you kind of like instantly remember, oh, okay, this is the context in which I'm adding these things to. You know, like sometimes you look at like a document of paper and you have to like sift through it if you're not in it all the time. And you got to like, okay, I need to go to chapter 3, paragraph 2, you know, and then I need to like slip in this little note about the character like right here. Or as some people might do, and maybe in creative fiction, you're actually writing a story, but then you have like a separate document all set for like all the extra tidbits and background for the world that you're creating. So I agree with you. Like you can be able to add small ideas here and there to build up and kind of take your time to like add it instead of having to do it all in one sitting. Yeah, so this has been a great conversation about problem solving, and we want to know what you think in the comments right below this video. So yeah, let us know like what kind of problems you encounter when you're being creative and how do you go about solving them, and then if they actually turn out well for your projects. And even better, you should check out Litpen. You should go to litpen.net, https://litpen.net. Anyways, also check out us on Twitter. We're at MyLitpen, and we're also on Facebook, and also this YouTube channel, of course. So it was great talking to you. Hope to see you soon. I'm not gonna wave. Just not.